Hey guys, so I have had a lot of questions lately about hosting and about Flywheel and I have a big old hair on my mic. Why Flywheel is better than other hosts or which hosts you should choose. Ultimately, it's up to you, whatever feels the most comfortable to you. But today I'm going to just go over a little bit about Flywheel and why it's great and how it makes my life a lot easier. This is not a sponsored video. I just really love Flywheel and I want to show other people about how easy it is to use. So let's go ahead and get into it. So this is my Flywheel backend. I'm not going to show you guys like the site's overview just because I want to respect my clients' privacy and I don't want to show all their business on there. But I've clicked into my personal site as an example. So this is basically what it looks like for your website's backend and Flywheel. So there's a lot of settings and stuff here. There's a list of all your domains that are pointed. So in my case, I only have the one, rachelzampino.com, and then the www version. It tells you where they're registered at. It tells you if you have your SSL certificate activated and if your domain is successfully pointed to Flywheel. And then this is just my demo link that I was using prior to actually launching my website. So you have all that information there. You can add new domains, delete them, whatever you want to do there. So another cool thing is collaborators. So I'm the only one on my own personal site, but on some of my client sites, I can actually add them as collaborators. You just send them an email to invite them. And then they have full access over their own website backend, which is really convenient because they can go in there and update stuff as they need to. And it also makes them feel like they have ownership of their own site and they don't have to contact you for everything, which is really nice. Below that, we have SSL certificates. So if you have one installed, that will show up here. Your IP address. So you'll need this when you're pointing your domain to your Flywheel site. And then privacy mode. So if you want to, you can turn this on and it sets a username and password for people to be able to view your site. So if you're working on a site that's not ready to launch yet, you can still have it technically public, but password protected so that your client can look at it and give you approval or whatever you may need to do there. But in general, the Flywheel backend is just extremely easy to use, very clean, very straightforward, unlike a lot of other hosting platforms that I've used that I will not name right now. But just trust me that Flywheel is the one that you want to go with just to make your life incredibly easier compared to some of the other hosts. So a couple other cool things you can do within Flywheel is you can actually update your plugins from the backend here instead of going into WordPress. You can also set up automatic plugin updates, which is what this is saying right here. Very, very cheap for automatic plugin updates. And that is awesome because Flywheel has a huge support team and they just handle that for you and you don't ever have to worry about it. And if they have any plugin issues or conflicting plugins or anything, they just take care of that for you or they let you know before they do it. So that's super nice. It's just like one less thing that you have to worry about maintaining, especially if you have multiple sites or if you're managing a bunch of client websites. Another cool add-on feature is the performance insights. So this is basically like some detailed analytics and metrics on how your site's performing, how many people are coming to your site, how long they're staying there, that kind of thing. And it also gives you some recommendations on how to make your site better, how to make it load faster and stuff like that. So as you can see here, it's $25 a month for one site, but then it's only $2 a month for each additional site. So that's another great way to create some passive income for yourself with clients. Let's see what else we got here. So stats, this is included within your Flywheel subscription. It's just very basic metrics on how many people are visiting your site each day. And then just a little bit of info on how much storage space your site is using on your hosting plan. Another great feature that's included automatically with Flywheel is daily backups. So every day your whole WordPress site backs up automatically in here and you don't have to do anything. Then if you ever have an issue with your site, something breaks, you can just go back and restore one of these backups super easily. You can also download WordPress backups here if you, for some reason, need to transfer it to another hosting platform, or if your client is requesting their website files or something like that, you can download them straight from here. It also gives you just some interesting metrics of how many posts, pages, plugins, comments, and then what WordPress version you're on. So this is just helpful if you've made some like major updates on your site. Then you can go in here and see, oh, this backup happened after I added these 3 pages or whatever, something like that. Just gives you another frame of reference just in case you need to revert back. A couple other things here. So lots of easy access to things that typically are not easily accessible on other hosting platforms. So lots of different things here. Force HTTPS, which I always do, which forces your SSL certificate to activate. So basically, if you don't have that checked, someone could technically still stumble upon the unsecure version of your site if they go to http/your website, which rarely would ever happen, but it's just nice to have this to safeguard it. Lots of other debugging and development settings here that you may not need very often, but it's nice to have them. The main thing that I use is this flush cache button, which is really nice if you're making updates on your site and you don't see them reflecting on the actual live site. It's 9 times out of 10, it's because of caching. So Flywheel tries to save a cache of your website so that your users can load it faster. So it's basically saving like a copy of it and just pulling up that copy instead of pulling the fresh new live version of your site every single time. So basically, in a nutshell, it just helps your site load faster, but sometimes you need to go in there and flush it out to get changes to actually publish on your live site. A couple other settings. So you can also upgrade WordPress within here. You can see what PHP version you're using. Then up here in the top right, you can go straight to your WordPress login, or you can mess with some settings on here. So you change your site name, create a blueprint, manage billing, clone site, delete site, restore to default. So some super awesome things here. Create a blueprint. That basically means you're saving like a template of your site that you can use in the future. So for example, I have a template that is just a clean, fresh WordPress install that has Elementor Pro and a couple other plugins that I use a lot. So I basically made a blueprint out of that, which means every time I go to build a new client site, I can just pull up that blueprint and use it and just get right into building the site. I don't have to get into WordPress, upload plugins, try to decide which ones I want. That takes a lot of time each time you set up a new site. So with the blueprint, it literally makes it like 2 clicks for you to set up a site and have all the stuff that you need installed and ready to go. So that is super awesome. Manage billing allows you to do white label billing depending on which Flywheel plan you have. So you can bill your clients directly for hosting, plugin updates, other website related costs, and you can have them do the billing through Flywheel instead of having to do it manually and sending them an invoice, which is really helpful. You can also clone your site, which is kind of similar to the concept of the blueprint, but this is just like a one-time clone rather than the blueprint is like a template that you can constantly reuse. What else? I think that pretty much covers everything as far as the site settings and whatnot. As you can see, the dashboard is just really clean, really easy to interact with, easy to find what you're looking for. And it also eliminates a lot of the technical stuff and the kind of chaos that comes along with website backends normally. If you're not familiar with what that chaos looks like, count your lucky stars, I guess. But yeah, so I just can't say enough good things about Flywheel. I moved all of my client sites over to them a couple years ago, and I was kind of hesitant to do it because I've been with my previous host for so long, and it's just a lot of work moving a ton of sites over, and it's just kind of scary. Like, you're putting a lot of trust into the hosting company, and you don't know if you're going to like it long term and that kind of stuff. But it has definitely been one of the best business decisions I've made because it has saved me a ton of time and headache and stress and just effort on building sites, as well as billing clients is super easy to do through the Flywheel platform. I can add on automatic plugin updates and analytics and things for clients that want those features, and it only takes a few minutes for me to set that up. I can give clients back-end access to their own site, can do all kinds of stuff super quick, super easy, and it's well designed. Isn't that great? So anyways, enough praise on Flywheel for me. If you guys are interested in trying Flywheel out, I'll put a link in the description. And as always, feel free to ask me any questions that you have about Flywheel or hosting in general in the comments. And hope this video was helpful for you guys. Have a good day.